King Charles is reportedly considering a move that could rewrite the royal rulebook and reshape the future of the British monarchy. Word from inside the palace suggests that Zara Tindall, the king's beloved niece and Olympic equestrian, could soon be offered something she's lived her entire life without, the title of princess. Yes, you heard that correctly. Zara, who has always stood on the edges of royal formality, could soon be stepping into a role her mother once refused for her. But while this decision might seem like a touching gesture of love and recognition, it's already sparking quiet tension behind palace walls. Before we dive into the royal drama, make sure to subscribe because what's unfolding next could change everything we thought we knew about the royal family. The story begins with a moment that caught the world's attention. King Charles, still recovering and reflecting after revealing his cancer diagnosis, has reportedly been reevaluating his inner circle. This past year has tested the monarchy like never before, with every public appearance, every health update, and every family member's action under intense scrutiny. And through it all, one person has remained an unshakable presence: Zara Tindall. At 44, Zara has become the quiet pillar of support few outside the palace talk about, yet everyone inside acknowledges. She's been there at key family events, offering warmth, reliability, and authenticity at a time when the royal family has desperately needed all three. At the Windsor Horse Show earlier this year, cameras captured a tender moment between Zara and her uncle. She approached King Charles with a smile that seemed to brighten his mood, wrapping him in a warm embrace that felt like more than family affection. It felt like loyalty. That moment reportedly struck the king deeply. He saw in Zara someone who had carried herself with grace without ever asking for anything in return. And now he may be ready to give her something she never expected: a royal title, specifically the title of Princess Zara. For those who might not know, Zara was never given a title at birth. Despite being the daughter of Princess Anne and the granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II, she grew up without the formalities that come with being Her Royal Highness. This wasn't an oversight. It was a choice. Princess Anne made a deliberate decision to decline royal titles for both Zara and her brother Peter. She wanted her children to live freely, without the expectations that can come with royal status. In past interviews, Anne explained that she saw being a princess as both privilege and burden, a label that can limit as much as it elevates. Zara herself has echoed those thoughts. She once said she was grateful her parents let her live a normal life, build her own career, and raise her family away from constant royal scrutiny. And it worked. She's built a respected reputation in the equestrian world, earned Olympic medals, and maintained a grounded, relatable presence that's rare among royals. People see her as genuine, approachable, and refreshingly unpretentious. Someone who could sit down with anyone and have a real conversation. But times change, and so does perspective. The king's recent health struggles have reportedly made him more reflective about legacy, loyalty, and the family's future. According to close sources, he's been quietly evaluating who's truly stood by him through challenges. Zara's name keeps coming up. Her unwavering support, her presence at official events, and her positive public image have not gone unnoticed. King Charles reportedly feels she deserves to be formally recognized, not for bloodline privilege, but for genuine contribution and character. That's where things start to get complicated. Granting Zara a title now would not only mark a major shift for her personally, but could ripple through the royal family in unexpected ways. Princess Anne, known for her strong will and lifelong commitment to her values, might not welcome this change easily. She's always been proud of her choice to let her children live free of titles, and seeing that decision reversed could feel like her principles are being questioned. Sources close to the family suggest that while Anne and Charles share a close bond, this decision could test that connection. Anne is one of the most hard-working members of the royal family, often carrying out hundreds of engagements each year without fanfare. She's dedicated, practical, and fiercely loyal to her brother. But she's also fiercely protective of her children and the choices she made for them. Some believe she may view this move as unnecessary, even symbolic of the monarchy's old habits, rewarding status over independence. Others, however, say she might understand Charles's reasoning if it's meant to honor Zara's loyalty, not to impose new obligations. Still, Questions linger inside royal circles. Could this new title create a divide between siblings who've always stood united? Could it stir comparisons between Zara and her brother Peter, who also grew up without a title? And if Charles grants Zara this honor, does it open the door for other relatives to request similar recognition? Beyond the family dynamics, there's also the matter of public opinion. The British monarchy is constantly balancing tradition with modern expectations. Some will see Zara's potential title as a touching gesture, a way for the king to reward his niece's dedication during a difficult chapter in his reign. Others might view it as tone-deaf, arguing that in a time when the royal family is striving to appear more relatable and less hierarchical, adding more titles feels like a step backward. Inside Buckingham Palace, the discussion reportedly isn't about prestige or publicity, but about legacy. Charles wants to leave the institution in a stronger position, supported by family members who embody commitment rather than controversy. Zara fits that vision perfectly. She's popular with the public, well-liked within the family, and carries herself with quiet dignity. For Charles, making her a princess might be a way to ensure that the next generation of royals remains anchored by individuals who value service over spectacle. But if he goes through with it, the aftermath could be unpredictable. Some insiders say the king might choose to announce it subtly, perhaps in conjunction with another royal event, avoiding fanfare to prevent backlash. Others speculate that he might discuss it privately with Anne first, seeking her blessing before making anything official. Still, there's no guarantee that such a gesture would erase potential tension. As of now, Zara herself hasn't commented publicly on the speculation. Those close to her say she's focused on her equestrian career, her family, and supporting her uncle during his recovery. Yet, behind the calm exterior, there's curiosity. How would Zara feel about suddenly becoming Princess Zara after all these years? Would she accept it as an honor or politely decline to stay true to her mother's wishes? What we do know is that Zara has always been her own person. She's lived without the spotlight, but earned admiration through quiet integrity. And perhaps that's exactly why King Charles feels she deserves to be recognized, because she never sought it. This story isn't about vanity or privilege. It's about family, loyalty, and the fine balance between tradition and change. As this situation unfolds, the world watches closely. Will this long overdue recognition finally bring the family closer together, or will it stir the kind of royal tension that history has seen too many times before? The next few weeks could provide answers, or perhaps raise even more questions about the evolving identity of the British monarchy. Whatever happens, one thing is certain. Zara Tindall's name is now at the center of one of the most intriguing royal debates in recent memory. And whether she becomes a princess or continues as she always has, grounded, graceful, and real, she's already proven that true nobility doesn't come from titles. It comes from how you carry yourself when no one's watching. If this story becomes reality, it could redefine what it means to be royal in today's world. And if it doesn't, Zara's example will still stand as proof that strength doesn't always need a crown. Either way, it's clear that King Charles's next move could change the tone of the monarchy's future. This isn't just a royal rumor. It's a moment that could shift the way history remembers this generation of Windsors. Stay tuned, because what happens next will reveal far more than just a title. It'll show us where loyalty, love, and legacy truly meet. Don't miss what's coming next from the royal world. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay with us as we uncover every detail of this unfolding story. Your support helps keep you closer to the truth behind the crown.